Alejandro Danas.
Brandon Pelagano.
Troy Brown.
Hi, Brittany Kaplan.
Good afternoon, Daisy Rosado Hack.
Rich Lafredo.
Great. I think those are the current participants. We may be waiting for somebody. Welcome, everybody. I think the first thing we need to do is review the minutes from the July 29th, 2024 meeting and approve them. Does everybody want to move to well, approve them? Let's take a look at them first. And does anybody have any questions about the minutes?
None from me. I would propose a motion to approve.
Okay, second.
Yep.
All right, so it's been moved and approved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I think we can approve them. All right. Rich, at this point, I think I'll just turn over to you and talk a little bit about the training.
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for reviewing the draft trainings that we've sent out. I think we've sent out two versions of it. We've incorporated everybody's comments that we received into it. So at this point, I know I sent it out with the meeting materials last week, so I wasn't sure whether anybody had any additional thoughts or comments on the draft before we discussed next steps with it.
I had none.
I thought they were very good, very thorough.
Very good.
Putting it all together.
Perfect. So that's great. So for next steps on what we kind of plan on doing, what we kind of have done. So Allie and I met with Judge Support Services a couple weeks ago to discuss how best to roll it out. Hey, Viv.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? We just didn't miss anything, just approval of the minutes, and now just talking about the training.
Okay.
Did you have any additional comments, Viv, on the draft, or no? Nobody else?
No, I did not. I did not.
Perfect. So I met with Allie and I met with Judge Support Services to discuss how best to roll it out and how best for the training to look. And the thought process from them was to kind of mirror the ADA training that we did for the judges about 1.5 years ago, where it would have kind of like an introductory piece by either the Chief Court Administrator or Deputy Chief Court Administrator with a concluding piece. The PowerPoint training would kind of include, for lack of a better phrase, the speaker in the box. So instead of just having somebody narrate what's being said, there's actually a speaker in the bottom right-hand corner who's doing the narrating. JSS thought that went over well with the judges for the ADA training, and so our thought process would be to mirror that if everybody was in agreement.
I think that's a good idea.
Great.
What do you think?
And does anybody have any concerns with going forward in that route?
No concerns for me.
No, none for me.
But I think if it's something that's already been done and worked out well, so might as well why not piggyback on it, right?
Perfect. Absolutely. So what I would propose to do next is I will send the draft first to Ty Erickson and then to Judges Bizzuto and Facito to get their approval on the script. And then if they agree with it, then we'll work with Judge Support Services on the getting a narrator and then recording the training. And then hopefully recording an intro and exit piece with either Judge Bizzuto and Judge Facito to be added into the training. And then once all that's wrapped up, hopefully be able to launch this sometime in early 2025.
So tell me.
I
what
think that's
you
great.
envision- Sorry, Troy?
No, I was just saying, I think that's great in early 2025. That's great.
I guess my question is, how do you envision that happening?
So once we, Judge Support does the recordings, what we'll do is have Judge Bizzuto send out an email to all of the judges introducing it and that it's a requirement for all the judges to complete. And then it will be added to the judges secured website for the trainings for them to access the training that way.
Okay.
And then JSS will keep track of attendance, making sure everybody takes it.
Okay, great. I think that's a good idea.
Perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, so my hope is that, it's been a while since we've done training for judges. So if we could launch this sometime my hope would be sometime in January, if we can get all of the recordings done, which I think we hopefully could. And then in January, put it out there, and hopefully within the first quarter, all of the judges will have taken it.
That's great. Do you think, well, I don't know if it's I think it may be a good idea to maybe set a deadline for the judges to comply with it. I don't know if Judge Bizzuto will set that, or we suggest a time frame or something.
I do. I think that is a good idea, Judge. I know for the ADA, there was a time frame, and that was kind of dictated because we were launching a new policy at the same time. So that kind of set the time frame for us. I don't recall. I don't know, Viv or Heather, if you recall how much time we gave the judges.
I
Which-
don't I don't remember.
Yeah, I was going to say for staff, we launched it and we had about, I think we launched it in August and they had until December 31st to complete it of the same year. So we gave them about 4 or 5 months, 4.5 months to get it done. And we had full compliance from staff.
Yeah, I think judges were a lot shorter because they had to have it done by September 1st when we launched the new policy. But no, Judge, I'll talk to Judge Bizzuto about what she thinks is a good deadline for that, and I could include that in the email that goes out to the judges.
Yeah, right. Good.
Perfect.
Does anybody have anything to add to that? All right. So let's talk about the next meeting.
Yeah, so the next meeting is, because we did not have, excuse me, we're kind of off our schedule a little bit. So I know we have our next meeting scheduled for December. But I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much will be done in the next 4 weeks regarding this. So I guess I would propose canceling or postponing the December meeting. And I know we would have December, January, March would be on the, I think March is on the books already. Let me check. Actually, it's not. So we scheduled for 2024. We didn't do any dates for 2025. Oh, go ahead, Judge.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to schedule something in the beginning of March. I mean, at that point, hopefully you already touched base with Judge Bizzuto and gotten things going, and we can actually see what type of progress we're making with respect to the judges complying with this training.
Everybody okay with that? So I'll send out a date for sometime in March for the next meeting.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Perfect. I will do that.
Is there any other business or new business to address?
This has kind of been our focus was doing this. I guess I will say on the video remote interpreting project, we have now officially rolled it out for all case types. I think since our last meeting, we were still just waiting on civil and family. It's now since been rolled out statewide for all case types. And we're working with ITD in the field on rolling out the last handful of VRI carts to the fields. So we should have approximately 120 carts out in the fields, and IT continues to upgrade courtrooms, which, because the carts are movable, more and more courtrooms, are available for VRI services, which is terrific.
Great. Have there been any complaints, criticism, suggestions about them?
Knock on wood, so far everything actually has gone really smooth. We have not received really any complaints. You know, I think in the beginning we sort of received some, and I think it was more just getting used to the process and the understanding that while we have this service, it's not necessarily a service on demand. There still needs to be an interpreter available to provide the service. So I think as that information gets out more and more, I know there's going to be an article in the next edition of the water cooler, thanks to Heather, that will, you know, kind of reinforce all of that for staff. But we really haven't received any complaints regarding VRI in a very long time.
Good. It's great.
Yeah, it's been very successful. IT put together a great project, a great system for us.
Wonderful. All right. Any other news to report or comments? Well, Rich, I think is this probably, at least since I've been on the committee,
Yes,
probably one of the shortest meetings we've
a
had.
very short, efficient meeting.
All right, I'll take credit for that.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Well, you know, if that's all we have, Rich, you'll send out a date for March.
Yes.
Right. And aside from that, everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving and holidays and New Year's, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Judge.
Judge. You as well.
Same to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Everyone.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stand adjourned.